allowed to spend their money if people should be allowed to spend their money in order to pay for a faster experience. So with Disney Fast Passes, that they should be allowed to buy those, and even though it might take away from other families' experiences, if people should be allowed to pay for toll roads and just take part of that and like not have to go through traffic and just get to work faster. And if sometimes in other countries people can pay more money to get faster treatment in a doctor's office. So these are just some things I'm just going to talk to you guys about. So the first thing is if people should be allowed to buy toll roads, for example, just to what's it called? Just to like get to work faster. So some people find this a problem because if other people don't have like the resources or the money to like pay for the toll roads, then they have to sit in traffic. But I feel that if people have the resources and the money to if they have the resources to pay for the toll roads and they feel like their day is that busy and it needs to be like a faster process, then they should be allowed to yes, they should be allowed to enjoy that commute. Thank you. Also, some people, they have really busy schedules. So like businessmen, like they have to be able to get to work on time, finish all their work, and not have to take work home so that they can enjoy time with their families and with their kids and like go to sporting events and just things like that. Like for example, say that I wanted tickets to a Justin Bieber concert, but my dad just worked all the time and he couldn't just like stop what he was doing to stop what he's doing to like wait in line for me. So for example, he can pay someone to stand in line for me in order to get Justin Bieber tickets. To some people that might not be fair because why does he get that option and other people don't? But I feel like he can do that. If he has the money and he feels like he wants to spend his money on that, and that's something that is important to him, then he should be allowed to make that decision. Also, with people who just feel the need that they have something that they need to work on, but at the same time they need to be in line for something else, they should have the option to be able to use that resource. Another thing that people have a problem with is fast passes. So for example, Disneyland or Disney World, when you go to those places, those are really expensive, and there's lots of people because most people go during summertime or during spring break, and like a lot of people don't really have time to wait in those lines. So for example, when I went with my cheer team, we all got fast passes because we were only there for like 4 to 5 hours, but that's something that you should be there all day. So we had the money and the resources in order to buy fast passes, so to us, we could use them. But some people got mad because they didn't have the money for fast passes, so they weren't allowed to have that resource. Sorry. That's good. Thank you.
I couldn't guarantee the audience is going to be quiet.
It's fine. So for example, fast passes. For fast passes, if people want to have that opportunity in order to create a faster experience and create faster memories, then they should be allowed to do that. And then so for the next example that I had was in some countries in China, they have people can pay to receive faster doctor treatment. So say I was really sick, but a man paid $3,000 and he wanted to go before me. The doctors would allow him to go before me because he paid more money than I did. Even if I set my appointment 4 months in advance, since he was willing to pay more money, they would see him first. Some people might feel that this is a negative example of the situation, and in some ways it is. Yes, it is bad that people can pay in front of other people who are who don't have as much money as them, But in other ways, it's good because, say I felt really sick and to the point where I just felt like I really needed to see a doctor, like something really might be wrong with me, and I go to the doctor and it turns out I have cancer. And that could be something that needs to be handled right away. But say I didn't have the resources and it took months and months and maybe even years to figure that out. By the time I actually figured it out, who knows what it could have spread more in more ways than often. So I mean, in that way, it is a great way that we are able to do that. But in some cases, if some people are less fortunate with money than others are, then it's not a good way, because then somebody, a little child, could be dying of an unknown disease, and some man could have a cold, and we could care for him first, other than the child, which is more important. But yeah. So anyway, just some people feel that these incentives are something that shouldn't, like these resources are something that shouldn't be available to people, and I just feel like if people have the money and the resources, to take part in this, then they should be allowed to. Thank you for listening to my speech. Yes!